Hey, you guys, it is Angel Starks right here at Wave One Studios. I am your host today for the A-List. We are on episode number 7, and it is a privilege to have you guys underneath my breath watching me, and I am watching you back as well. So I see you and I hear you, and I thank you guys for our episode last week, all of your comments, your social media, your DMs, and your emails. Keep that coming. I love it, love it, love it, and I need it to be able to continue to do what I do. You guys fuel me with so much positive energy, and then we're here on the A-List to just give it right back to you. If you're watching right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, Angel the Vlog Doll, and hit that bell so that you'll get a notification every Tuesday at 7:30 when we upload our new episode. All right, today's show is also going to be sponsored by the Strength Factory here in Indianapolis on 65th and Benford. We're going to put that information on my social media pages. Check them out. They have a free fitness consultation for you to go in and check out and evaluate where you're at, what you need, and how to get to where you want to go. The show is also sponsored by Fly Media. Fly Heavy Media created our intro and our outro. We're super excited to have that. We didn't have it a couple of weeks ago, and now we do. So now you know when we're coming, and now you know when we're going. All right, so let's get the show started, you guys. We are going to have a different setup today. We have 3 guests, so yes, we are definitely continuing to add to the A-List family every week. This is our very first episode. We have 3 guests, so bear with us. A lot has happened, and we're just trying it out. We have one guest that's going to come from Atlanta, and he's going to be on Zoom, and then he's going to be a part of our Love, Life, and Relationships segment. So we're going to go down his social media. He's got a lot to say about relationships and what you should and what you shouldn't do, honey. And we want to see where's all this coming from and what does he mean by some of these posts that he's posting. I have a lot of questions. I'm also in the studio with Faith McKenny. So that is, put your hands together for Faith, you guys. Put it together. So Faith is a personal brand consultant, and she's an author. She's the author of Schmoozing. Is Schmoozing, Mingling. Is that how you say it? Schmoozing? Schmingling.
Yes.
Schmingling. That's the whole thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so she's the author of Schmingling. We're going to see what that is and how to really pronounce it. So we'll get to her to talk about that. She's going to have some expertise, advice about marketing and advertising your business and promoting yourself and what you need to do and what you should not be doing. And then we have Jamichael. Is that how you say your name, Jamichael?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's what's funny is that's my son's middle name. It's his name and my father's name. I put them together. So I love your name, and it carries some good energy with it.
Oh,
so so Jamichael's in the studio, you guys, and he is an artist. So he creates art. He actually has an art studio, and it's called Kingpin Art. We're going to talk to him and just kind of figure out why I have him here and how ironic it was that I seen him at the Eryka Badu concert just this week. And he created some art, which is pictured right behind us. This is not for sale. I already tried it, you guys. I already tried. So we're going to start the conversation out with you, Jamichael. So welcome to the A-List.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You are more than welcome. So what is Kingpin Art?
I am a local artist here in Indianapolis where I do portraits for anybody that wants any work done, and I'm also a tattoo artist.
Oh.
So I work out a studio called Rated Art.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody. Precious, Stu.
Shout out.
But yeah, I do basically anything art. Do face painting for kids' parties. I do portraits and anything that's neat.
Pretty artsy guy. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing art all my life, ever since I was in kindergarten.
Okay.
But like I actually started taking it serious about a good 5 years ago.
Okay. Now, do you actually have a studio, or is that just where you create, or do you teach there or host something there, or what?
Right now I just work at the shop that I'm at.
Okay.
Rated R Studio.
Okay.
And basically I'm trying to just trying to evolve. Trying to get
evolve.
higher.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, look, speaking about evolving, I was at the Eryka Badu concert at the Farmers Coliseum, and I seen this beautiful photo, if we would zoom in on that one, of Eryka, and then 2, random beautiful people that maybe you created in your mind. These are not actual people that you know, and on both sides of her, right?
Oh, no.
Okay. And so I seen this art floating around at the very front of the stage, and I seen security taking it in and not scooting it back, and you put it up there and they would take it back. I actually thought you were a female artist. There was a young lady that was there, and I thought, oh, bless her heart. And so I said, God, please let this person be able to present this piece of art, because people don't really understand what it takes to organize that whole thing. Be there, be in the front, to be able to have that close, to be able to have access to her.
Yeah, that was a blessing.
That was a blessing. And I seen that. And I said a prayer for you right then. I said, let her touch it. Let her see it. Let her acknowledge it. And so the show goes on. And I'm constantly seeing this piece of art. At one point, it was taken off the stage, and it was somebody was holding it. And I thought, okay. And at the very end of the show, Eryka's doing all her goodbyes and doing all her poses and doing her thing. And we're talking about Eryka Badu, not your cousin Eryka, not Eryka from the West Side. We're talking about Eryka, Miss Eryka Badu, honey. Tyrone. And so she grabs this art from you and holds it up in front of everybody to see. People take pictures of it and everything. So she literally touched this piece of art. Now, what did it take for you to get this art in that position? Did you create this like right when you seen the concert was starting?
Oh no, I actually created this last year. I was in an event down here called Meet the Artist.
Yes.
And the theme was Afrocentric. So I created it for that show. And then, the pictures have already been sold, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I tried.
Golden, it's still yours.
Okay.
But the person who bought it from me, she let me bring it to the show. I told her there's a possibility I might be able to meet Eryka.
Yes.
So just let me
wait
bring
a minute. So let's go back. So this was already sold even at the show. And so it was already sold. And then you said, Eryka's coming, let me borrow my piece back.
Yes.
And she said, okay,
Yes.
and let you bring it there and let you bring it here.
Yes.
Well, look at a sweetheart. She's trying to
That's
make
love.
sure,
Total
very,
love.
very much so. And what's her name?
Golden.
Golden. Okay. I love it. That's all you need to say. She's obviously a golden person. I can feel that energy right there. To be able to do that, because some people say, no, it's mine. I ain't letting you do that. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't. And that was nice that she did that. So it was already sold. And then when I reached out, I posted on social media and said, whoever that artist was that was at the Farmers Coliseum at the Eryka Badu concert, I want to connect with that person. And it took 2 days. And then people started sending me the link. And what's his name? Rafford.
Tony Rafford.
Tony Rafford.
He's the one to meet the artist.
He is. I've been had my books there before and been a part of that. And he reached out and told me, well, he typed it in, but he didn't put the link to your actual page. Okay. So I was putting it in, I couldn't find it. And then another young lady actually sent me a link where I went straight to you, and you responded just like that. And now we're here making magic and sharing stories.
Blessings. Blessings.
I love it. So this piece is already sold, and if you would have sold this and held on to this after Eryka touched this piece, baby. Eryka Badu touched this piece. If you would have sold this afterwards, would you have kept it if it hadn't been sold after that experience?
I probably would have gave it to her.
You probably would have gave it to her. Okay.
I actually met Carrie Hilson. I was at a show and I did the same thing, and she actually
So this your thing?
Yeah, it's about to be. It's about to be because that's what made me want to bring it up there, because I knew I could get close. I knew I was going to be at least on the ground floor. I didn't know I was going to be as close as I was.
Yes.
But yeah, so as big as it is, I was like, she got to see this.
She's going to see it.
She has to see this.
I seen it, and I was in a nosebleed, so I know she's seen it.
Yes.
So I definitely know she's seen it. And, I was thinking to myself, well, did she not want it? Because I seen her hold it up and do everything, and then security gave it back. So did you say, hey, but you can't have it? How did she know to give it back?
Literally, they actually took it off stage. I'm like, oh, because it's not my picture. I can't give it away. So I actually had to tell the security. The security's like, well, it's gone.
Oh, no.
So I told them, and then they actually went back and got it.
Oh.
But, so I'm sorry, Eryka. I love you. If I could have, I would have gave it to you.
Yes.
Hit me up if you want one.
For sure. And everybody knows that Eryka Badu watched the A-list, so she might reach out. Everybody knows that.
Love you.
So, and then another thing I want to say is that as I was looking for, waiting for you to call me back, I was going through your page, checking you out, looking at your art, and there was somebody that said, and look at you were going to walk away from art. What was that about?
Let's just say this was a year. I kind of went through a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of almost lost my passion for a quick second. I literally had to take a step back from doing other people's artwork because I got overwhelmed for a second, like trying to rush through everything and try to get everything done for everybody. So I actually took some time off from doing other people's work, and I actually had my first art show, my first solo art show this year.
Okay.
It was last month.
Oh.
And like that was my actual release of like
I'm back.
Everything I've been wanting to do, because I had pictures for years that I've been wanting to do, and I never get a chance to do my own stuff because I'm doing everything for everybody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just needed just a little break.
Okay. Needed a little break. And so the last question before we get into what this break could be in your back and maybe how you can evolve, how we can make sure you're maybe on the right track or give you some ideas about marketing, branding. How long did it take you to create this piece?
This was an oil painting.
Okay.
So oil takes a lot longer to dry. So it actually took about 4 days in order for it to like completely be finished and everything, because I had to keep going back to it. But yeah, 4 days.
4 days to create something that actually pulled you. You were already pulled back in, but your eyes are woke now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you woke. You got some creative juices flowing. You feeling good.
Yeah.
I know. I felt it for you. I did. So again, guys, we have Faith McKenny here, and Faith, welcome to the conversation.
I'm so glad to be here on the A-list. Oh my God, you're amazing. You're one of my favorite people.
Thank
period.
you, Faith. No, me and Faith, guys, a little bitty tiny backstory. We were in a movie. Right? Or what was it called? Not a movie.
webisode.
A webisode. Do they even have those or call it that anymore?
No, I don't think they call that anymore.
Yeah.
So
That was so.
Aughts.
That was so okay. So we was in a dinosaur show, basically.
yes.
Years and years ago, and that's where I first met you at. And I was one of the characters in the show or whatever. And so were you. You were very, very good. I'm really surprised that you haven't done more acting going forward now, because you were really good at that, like crying on demand and acting all sensual and being a mother to the babies. And I thought, well, good Lord.
I got into it. I used a lot of life experience. You know, those tears were real.
Those tears they look real. And so I remember you creating some branding things then. I didn't know exactly what you were doing. I was not into branding at all. And you would take pictures of the cast and put little, sayings under them and things like that. And I thought, well, that's nice. I wonder why she's doing that. Why is she doing that? I did not understand branding, but you've been doing this for a very long time. Speak a little bit about what you do as far as, your services.
Absolutely. Yeah. What I do is a lot what Jamichael has done, that self-promotion, with it's blatant. It's in your face. It's not afraid of being, considered a fool sometimes. Who would think to go up to a stage with Eryka Badu and insist on this.
Insist is the right
art piece. Yeah. So, when you don't have access like that, normally you have to be creative. You really have to know how to get your name out there. And so acting was one way for me to do that. We as a group, Angel, we had to speak it into existence and let the people know that, hey, you're going to want to know us one day.
Yes.
And they do. And now it's like, wow, I know who you are. And it started with that mindset, and it started with that branding and putting it out there so that people would believe it and to hear it and know that, yeah, this is, we got to know these people. And that's what Schmingling is, the art of being well connected through blatant self-promotion. Yes.
And you have took that and ran with it and grown and interviewed some really amazing people. Give us a little bit of who you've bumped shoulders with.
Well, goodness gracious. Yeah, so when my first interview was with Hill Harper, activist Hill Harper. I've had interviewed Kirk Franklin, Lee Daniels. I've even been fortunate to ask a question or two from Colin Powell, who recently passed away. Susan Taylor, even the former vice president.
Wow.
So just getting
How do you
access.
get in there?
You know what? That blatant self-promotion, just like what Jamichael is saying, you have to understand and position yourself in the right spot. You have to make sure you have those strategic alliances, or at least have those strategic, have a strategy to get into where you want to be. I had no credentials. I wasn't, I was a reporter. I was acting as a reporter. I carried a microphone. That helped.
I remember.
But, you really have to position yourself and be thoughtful and understand that you're not only representing yourself, you're representing the other people, the organizers. So you don't want to get in and be rude to the guests. You want to make sure that you represent, just like, I'm a guest on your show. I want to make sure I represent you very well, and you have to do the same thing. So the blatant self-promotion is you really have to be thoughtful.
Now, you were one of the first people that started selfies. Like nobody was taking selfies, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Why is this lady with this camera facing around the other way?"
Ridiculous.
You were the original selfie queen to me.
Yes.
I didn't never think to flip my regular Polaroid camera or whatever it was.
It was a red Kodak camera.
It was red,
and it was always a red Kodak camera. And I realized that when people take pictures of others, they're never in the picture. So I said, I need to be in the picture. Yeah. How can I do that? So I would turn the camera around and actually, flash or take the picture with a regular camera and then post it on Facebook. And that was the time when everybody would see anything you posted on Facebook. You remember those days?
Yeah, before they started kind of picking and choosing for you.
Absolutely. And so that's how people started thinking that I knew everybody.
Yes.
Because I took selfies with everybody.
Because I was like, well, I know her. She know all them people, and I know her. So there we go.
Exactly.
And so I started to do that. I started to mimic that, and I started to kind of what I'm doing now. When you see me taking a lot of pictures with people that came from you, because you just go, oh, let me take a picture of whoever the celebrity is, or this important person, or this person that I'm inspired by, and you don't think to add yourself to it because who's around to take it. And so you started that, so thank you for that.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And you create your own narrative that way. You're not relying on somebody else to do that for you.
So let's talk to Jamichael. So if you could tell him anything about him re-entering his passion, his field, his art, his craft. He's taken a break, he's had an event, and now we have this exposure from the concert. And so what would you say, ask him any questions about, do you have this in place, or any advice for coming back in with a bang?
Ooh, well, for me, what I would think would be to ask you if you had any strategic alliances. So I know you've done the Meet the Artists events, but maybe a corporate partnership. Maybe you can form. Maybe there's I know Salesforce might be a little difficult, but they do have pockets for African American employees at Salesforce. And that way, getting in there with them and maybe being the artist for them could lead to bigger and better exposure for you.
Okay.
And what about marketing materials? Do you feel like it's just a whole bunch of stuff, or do you feel like it's necessary? What are some key marketing materials that you would think somebody should have, or that he could even make sure that he has?
Gosh, well, marketing materials doesn't necessarily have to be flyers. It could really be some media, like we're here today, media. You could try to get onto other shows that are adjacent and aligned with your purpose and with what you're doing. Just like what you did with Eryka Badu, it takes guts. It takes a little strategy. So in order to connect with the networks and the shows and the producers of content, you have to be a little creative. Read up on them. What do they like, and how can you align yourself with what they like, and be persistent. You'll get there. Have the courage. I have 5 C's. Creativity, courage, connectivity, and consistency. And the other one is I forgot what the other one is. But hey, you got it all.
We just gonna know you got it all.
You got it.
Now listen, if I wanted to give him some advice on how to get press release or how to get more interviews to kind of put his stuff out there while people are talking and people are chatting about this. You know what they say, like, hey, take advantage of it when you're hot or when you have the exposure, when people know your name? How do you hone in on that and take advantage of it? I'm a little wild with it, the way I do stuff. But, he seems to be much more, chill with it. Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to give him advice on how he could get more interviews, is there any press release? How do you get the press release if you are not already known, nobody reaches out to you?
Well, the thing is, you can do a press release if you like. But what has always really worked for me is just really finding out the person who is the producer of maybe a TV show or who is the contributor to a magazine that you read. Mm-hmm. So if there are things that you like, go after those things. Don't try to go after things that you're not really familiar with. Okay. Go after the publications and the shows and the books and the authors, the people that you read, the people you look at, trade magazines. I know you're a tattoo artist. You're those are the types of publications that you really should kind of reach out. That's the low-hanging fruit. And as you get published in these publications and get these interviews, then you'll move up a step, and as you gather it, you just move up, because they're looking at the press that you're getting, and they want to see, is this person legit? Is he who he says he is? Mm-hmm. And the press releases and the coverage that you get will be proof for them. That's all they need. Okay. And then you just keep adding on. Okay. Keep that consistency.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I appreciate it.
Slow and steady.
So, Jamichael, if you you've created art, and I know you sent me plenty of pictures of all kinds of different pieces. And what do you think when you create this art that it's doing for other people or the community? Do you feel like you're making any difference, or what do you think about? Because I know I talked to you about what I thought your art would do for me in my space. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you're making any type of impact on anyone, or yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Usually, during round now, this is my peak season for Christmas orders. Mm-hmm. So people have me send pictures of a deceased member, and maybe a child, or just people that they weren't able to take pictures with. So I'm able to combine pictures together, collages and stuff like that. So a lot of people send me their videos and the reactions, and to see people cry and the emotion of everything, that's so fulfilling right there. Sometimes make me almost want to cry.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
I feel like I'm creating an impact, because I average a good 100 pictures a year. Wow. For people and my own stuff. Okay. So I think I'm on, I want to say 70 something now. Okay. And then, like I said, now it's my peak season. So by Christmas time, I should reach 100 again. Wow. But every year I try to always break that limit, but yeah, just a lot be going on sometimes. And
you do all of your art by yourself. It's not like somebody coloring something for you. I don't know nothing about art, but you don't have your kids color the bottom of Eryka hair and nothing like that. You do the whole thing. Just all me. Okay. And everything is done at your home.
Yes.
Wow. So I bet you that's a beautiful sight, Faith. If you think about the creativity of that, going in and seeing that somebody that doesn't really love art could be like, this is a mess. But I would probably be like, wow, look at all this started, art that has not been finished, and things that you've started, and paint and covers and brushes, and I just can imagine it.
My place is the gallery.
Yeah.
Literally, I have pictures all on my walls and everything.
Absolutely.
Even at my shop. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And I can envision that. So, and what do you plan for the future? If you could think back, maybe even to next year, a short-term goal. Do you have any goals coming up that's short-term? You ever want to have your own gallery that people can come in? That's something?
Yeah,
okay.
I would love to. I just heard that Will Smith is coming to Chicago next month, November 10th. That's someone I've always wanted to meet. That's on my bucket list. Okay. So I'm about to do a picture of him. Okay. So I can take that, try my luck down there, even though front row tickets are so expensive.
I know.
But so right now, it's like I said, it's about to be my peak season for Christmas. Mm-hmm. But I had my first art show last month. It was my Kingdom art show. Mm-hmm. Tony Rafford already reached out to me. So I basically have the downtown library for next year. So the goal is to do bigger and better.
Absolutely.
So in May, yourself. Mm-hmm. Yep, in May, I'm going to have my second art show. And if I can, I'll do it every year. Okay. Because it was a wonderful turnout. I was so happy because I was so scared because I had free events people didn't show up to. So to have my own solo paid event and it was formal, it was beautiful.
People like to pay. You don't really think about that, but if you think of adding value to what it is that you do, your time and everything that you put into what you have going on, if you don't charge, then people are like, nah, I'll take it. If I just happen to ride by, I might slide by.
Yeah.
But if you charge and you think that it's valuable, then other people are going to think it's valuable too.
Yeah.
And I learned that a long time ago. And I might even learn that from you. I don't know. But I remember somebody saying, you charge them. You know, you put in a lot of work. Now, there's some things I get it where you're growing, and I've been to plenty of events and did plenty of work for free just so you can know who I am, just so I can stand next to this person so that you can say, oh, give me some credibility. Oh, Angel was, doing this and that. And so that now I do stuff at the Palladium. I just think about where I came from and some of the stuff that I do. I do a little bit of everything, but I remember knocking on the door for certain places that were like, no, you're not ready. And not good enough. I won't say that, but definitely you're not ready. And there's people that are not ready to work with me right now. And, and that's just how it is. If you value it, you can't let any and everybody work with you. But I'm always open to give some advice, open to, give you something to step up on so that you can move to the next level. I'll do that. And so now these doors are opening. So I can envision that happening for you to where you think like next year, wow, I'm actually at I have art at the art museum or wherever. Yeah. And so you keep doing that and you keep adding that value. You took your break. Now it's time to go.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's time to go. So Faith, let's speak about your book and the power in this book, the value in that, and where people can get your book.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I wrote the book was for people who, like Jamichael, who may not have that cachet to just, call up New York Times and say, hey, I'm writing a book, promote me. But, to do it yourself. Mm-hmm. And so Schmingling, in fact, if you turn on the back, it's a picture of Les Brown. And I did the exact same thing you did, Jamichael. I learned that Les Brown was coming into town. And I said, oh, man, he's coming down to the Murat. Okay. And I went down to the Murat. I got in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he wasn't going to be there till noon.
Wow.
But I got in there. I sneaked in there, and I waited, and I took my banner. I took my book. And when the time came, I got a chance to meet him.
Wow.
And I said, hey, would you mind taking a picture with me? And as you can see on the back, you can see my banner. He's in front of my banner. I'm holding a book.
That's amazing.
And I couldn't do a selfie or else I would have had somebody else hold the camera. But man, you have to be prepared. So if you know somebody's going to be somewhere, like Will Smith is going to be there, just be prepared. Be prepared. And you'll probably be able to get a meeting.
You know what? And what's funny is, so I have done that with R. Kelly. I have done that at Diana Ross in Chicago. And some other people, but I've done that before, but I wasn't really prepared for it because sometimes, I don't really go places by myself. And the people that I'm with are like, no, well, we can't go up there. No, this is not our area. No. I could have been and so much and bumped shoulders with so many people, but I'm always with a little scaredy cat, so we go out, we get backstage.
Yes. Well, that's how I interviewed, do you remember Dan Rather on Channel 8? Or CBS. He was a CBS anchorman. I was working as a janitor at that time.
Janitors are good, though.
You know what? No, but see, here's the thing. I wanted to prove that anybody can. Anybody can. And so positioning myself, being prepared, ready and setting it up and asking permission. They ushered me back to interview Dan Rather. And I was like, wow.
I just really got back here.
Yes. Yeah. Nobody asked me if I had gone to school. Nobody asked me if I had a license or a show or nothing like that. But I was prepared and I represented them well. So, it's anybody can do it. And that's why I wrote the book.
And you guys, don't forget that today's show is sponsored by the Strength Factory. And we thank our Strength Factory family so much for being a part of the community and being a part of the A-List and supporting us. And if you would tell people where they can get your book.
They can get it on Amazon.com.
Okay. Amazon.com. And then Schmingling. Did I say it right?
Schmingling. Yeah.
Schmingling. All right, I think I got it. The show's halfway over. I finally got it. I never said a word like that. And then tell people where they can find you on social media, on Jamichael, or your website, or whatever you want to put out there.
Okay, my website is Kingpin Art. It's KYNGPENART.
All right.
I'm working on it still, so
Yeah.
just bear with me. But that's also my my Instagram, and on Facebook is Jamichael Kyng Pollard, KYNG. So.
And, I like that part where you just said, bear with me. And for me, I'm always saying, I'm going to transform or create whatever I'm doing right before your eyes. It's not going to be perfect on purpose. I don't know if I'm going to be here when it's time for it to be perfect. I don't know if the opportunity is going to be here. I don't know if this building is going to be here. I just don't know. So I'm going to use the resources that I have right now. And I feel like people can really appreciate you starting from somewhere and then watching you grow and being a part of your journey versus you make everything look like it was so perfect. And it just was so easy. And then they automatically go, she had a silver spoon. She had a sugar daddy. She had a husband. Somebody gave something to her, versus no, I literally just got a $20 ticket right now outside of this studio trying to produce this show. Things happen. Y'all seen me get a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And things are not always easy and things are not perfect. I would love to have a chauffeur drop me off, darling, and I wouldn't have to worry about that. But while I'm waiting on that, opportunities are missed.
You know what I wish, Angel?
What?
I wish people knew how amazing you really are. I mean, I'm not just saying that. I've known you for several years, and I see you hustling. I see you working. I see you putting in the work. Everything you do, everything you've done, everything you've received, you earned every bit of it. And you were the sweetest, nicest, kindest.
Faith, don't make me cry on here.
Girl, I mean, really, you are. And I just wish, I just hope people realize that and understand that and know who you are. Because, I mean, Angel, you are the truth.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, you are.
I love that. I appreciate you telling me that. Because sometimes I forget, because you're just ripping and running and you're getting no's and all this stuff is happening. So it's really great for somebody to just tell you dead to your face.
They can't see it yet, but they will.
And I'm going to be showing off, not just playing, when you finally see. We are going to show you guys some art pieces from Jamichael and just show you some of the pieces that we have here in the studio. We get to see them and touch them. We have two little angels that are here, two of my little mini-me's. They're going to help display the art for you guys. So let's look at some of these pieces. And if you're interested in any of them, you can reach out to him on social media. Of course, we're going to be uploading this show, and underneath that will be all of his contact information, Faith's contact information, of course, mine. And of course, if you want to be a guest on the show on the A-list, you are more than welcome to send me an email at allaroundnd@gmail.com. All right, so let's go see some art. Okay, so Jamichael, we have one of your very first pieces that we're going to look at here on the A-list. So this one definitely has Kobe in there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So give me a little bit about this. What's the inspiration for this one?
I made this right after I found out that Kobe had passed.
Okay.
So I just wanted to do the legacy. That's what it is, the Mamba Legacy. That's the name of it. And it was actually presented in the Meet the Artist.
Oh.
Like it actually, like I said, the Meet the Artist was supposed to be Afrocentric, but Tony Rapper saw us like, we got to have this in the show.
Yes.
So yeah, like everyone has loved this picture, and it's people been asking about it, but I need a good price for it.
Okay, so you are willing to sell that piece, though,
yeah.
right? Okay, so if you're interested in that one, you guys, you can reach out to Jamichael and see if you guys can will and deal. All right, don't try to lowball him. This is very, very great art with great meaning behind it, great contrast and everything. And so don't try to lowball him. You're gonna have to hear from me. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so we are going to look at another piece, and something about I'll tell you what I have been doing is going to the wine and canvas. Have you ever been to something like that, Jamichael?
I've been once, but I'm actually trying to kick up my own.
Okay, but think about when you go to that one, are you like, come on, this ain't real art? Are you thinking that?
Yeah, like everyone is like, you should be teaching the class.
Yeah.
When I did the picture.
I would love to have somebody that really knows what they're doing because I'm like, well, my hand don't know how to make a heart like that, and they just like, just do the best you can. I always throw it away. It never looks like anything. All right, we got my guy here, Tupac. I actually love Tupac. He's one of my all-time favorite artists, and people don't think that I'm rough and tough enough, I guess. I don't know, but I've bangs. Okay, Tupac, and I'm interested. I'm going to start giving me a little savings so I can buy this from you because I really need this in my art studio. I have a local, a wall that I consider to be an art gallery at my place, and I put local art in there. And so I have events and little things at my home, and I just like to have local art in my house to kind of decorate my house. Okay. So talk about this one. Of course, we all know him, but what made you do this piece?
This is a piece that's actually been in my phone for years. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I had my first art show, and I was like, this is the perfect chance to do it because this is what I've been wanting to do. Tupac's one of my favorite artists. Like, I've grown up on him. I'm an 80s baby. So, yeah, like, it was my first preview for the art show, and it was my first time doing resin. I put resin on this picture.
Now, tell me, is that the shininess that I'm seeing?
Yes, that's the gloss, yes.
It's called resin. All right, I love this one, and... Hi, I just feel really great looking at him so close and so big. I love Tupac. Okay, you guys, that's a goal. I'm going to, if you want to cash app me so you can help me get this, you know my cash app. You know my cash app is Pay Me Angel Starks. I'm decorating my new penthouse, and I love pieces that just make me feel great. And Tupac got me through a lot of crazy stuff back in the day. He did. I would be like, you know what? You are appreciated.
Like when I say like I said, I was down this year.
Yeah.
So this was the first piece I did. And the first song I thought about was Smile.
Yes.
Him and Scarface.
Absolutely.
I actually have a video of me like doing the painting like from start to finish.
Tag
like,
me in that. I would love to see that one.
I sent it to you.
Send that to me. Okay, guys, let's go to, we have a few more pieces here. And again, you can go to Amazon.com to get Schmingling. Good Lord.
What is it? Yeah,
Schmingling.
I
keep saying O's.
Schmingling.
Okay, Schmingling. You can go there and get the book from Faith. Really good information in there. And we're looking at another piece here from artist Jamichael. And so this is a picture of a gentleman. He is a king, obviously, if you're looking. Who is this? Is this a person that you know?
No, it's just a picture I found online.
Okay.
And like, it's my first time actually do like a tinted color to the skin.
Okay.
So it's actually a 2-piece part. Like I had a queen one too. It was turquoise.
I did see that on your page.
Somebody already bought that one. You're supposed to buy both of them. But it's one of my first pictures where like I did like a combination with 2 pieces together. So,
I love that.
So I'm gonna have to make another one now. So
okay.
I might do different colors.
So you sold the queen.
Yes.
And you kept him. Okay, so you didn't make it like, no, you gotta get both. You went ahead.
I should have. I should have.
Because when I seen that, I thought, well, look at this. This is a pair. Okay. Yeah. All right. So moving on to our next piece, you guys, and we'll keep talking about that one while we're getting the other one up. But I was wanting to ask you, Jamichael, if you just kind of, I don't know if you want to say, just envision a person that's not a real person, not even something that you've seen. Do you ever do art like that where you just envision somebody and make up a character, make up a person?
Honestly,
you ever do that?
I'm not that great at it. Like I've actually just did one of my first pictures for the art show. And
okay.
Like I'm about to actually try because it did come out great. Like there was a lot of emotion and stuff.
Yeah.
Into it.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If I could do that, I'd make some real creative art because I can envision some things like a woman that is, soft but also very strong. But she's happy and she's got tears and she's got the world on her shoulders. Like, how I draw that? That would sell. That would sell. Now, this one is beautiful. Probably my all-time favorite of everything you have here. This is you. Mm-hmm. And is this just one baby or 2 different baby girls?
It's just me and my daughter.
Okay, but the picture in the back is just another.
Yeah, it's supposed to be growing through the ages. So the silhouette is her as when she was 6 months, and then the other one is where she's 1. Yes, this one she's 3.
Oh, I love that.
That's
so cute.
Jelani.
So when did you do that one?
This is from our art show.
This is from the art show just last month. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the biggest photo is her now.
Yes.
Okay, how old is she?
She's 3.
She's 3. And what's her name?
Jelani.
Okay. Hey, beautiful. If you're watching, you're beautiful. So, and is that all the pieces that we have? I think we have one more, right? We have one more, which is another one that I'm saving up for. I'm going to be really, really cutting back on all this extra tacos I've been eating on Tuesdays and save that money to get me some art. To make my place super extra special. And this one is Beyonce. So this one is this a photo of her that you just recreated?
Yes.
Okay. So this is Beyonce. It's in black and white. And then what is that called on there again?
Resin.
It's the resin. So it's got that shiny feel. I really love that.
With a little pinch of glitter.
Mm-hmm.
You see the sparkle.
Wait a minute. Where's the sparkle? Let me me see.
Like, yeah, you just gotta be up close to it.
Okay, you
can
gotta be
see
up
it,
close.
yeah.
Okay. So I love this one. If you are a Beyonce fan, darling, this would be a staple piece in your place, in your apartment, your home, your business, wherever you got. This is great. You can catch Jamil on Instagram and reach out to him if this is something that you're interested in. Of course, you're going to go to @KYNG Pin Art if you're interested in any of these photos. So tell me one thing, because people have been drawing pictures of me. I don't know what it means. In Faith, you may know. But I've been having people that, I don't know what you call it when you sketch
art.
another person. Is it what's called fan art? I have like people that just send me pictures of me that they painted, and I'm going to get some of those. I wanted to get some of them put on a canvas, but I thought, well, how, stuck up is that? Have your whole house with a whole bunch of pictures of me. So I kind of second guessing that. But I had a lady, her name is Mariah. Her name is Mariah. She's an artist. She does, she draws pictures and she makes clothing, all this stuff. And so she drew me and like 3 different phases of me kind of. And it's real, like my legs look like my real legs. It was great. And I thought, what made you, I didn't actually do that.
Yeah, that's
what makes
fan
somebody
art.
just sit up and draw a picture of you without you even saying anything or asking them? Then I had 2 other people do that for me. And I thought, I love it. It feels just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, imagine that's what Jamichael does. He does fan art. This Beyonce piece is fan art.
Okay,
It's an
that's true.
homage. It's honor in honor of you. It's a gift. And so when people give from their art and their gift and they give it to you, it's a high honor.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for everybody that has ever sketched me, drew me, or did anything like that. It's super amazing. And I just feel like, I don't know, that you sitting down drawing me out of all the stuff you could be doing. So when I look at this art right here, I think, wow, I have some stuff like that of me. And, I'm going to sell it. Not just playing. All right. So that's the very last piece, you guys. And for everybody that is tuned in, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Angel_Stark78. And Faith, what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is @Faith McKenny
At-
with 1 Y.
Okay, with 1 Y.
Yes.
And we're going to move right on into, first I want to thank you guys before we move into it. I want to really make sure you understand how important it is for you guys. You could be doing anything, spending time with anybody. I know you're just now getting out of the house from COVID to come and spend time and trust to spend your time here and speak with me and share with me. And I appreciate you guys. I can do anything by myself. Just sitting up here by myself, it wouldn't work out. So I thank you guys for your time and bringing in all your art, the effort that it takes. Y'all look good. Everybody's smelling good. It's a good day. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
So we're going to move into love, life, and relationships. This is a topic that I believe I like to talk about love, life, and relationships. And everybody, I feel like, at some point can relate. If you're watching right now, you're living, and I praise God for that. And if you've, I'm sure you've loved and loved people, and you've been in relationships one way or another. So it makes sense. So let me see if we have our guest. Okay. So what we're going to do is, I actually was talking to a gentleman. I'm going to pull it up right here, you guys. And my guest is saying that he's all set up, actually. Okay. And so it's Ty Rashad, who we're going to bring on. And his social media is what we're going to talk about, because I noticed that when I was on his social media page, he has a lot of different views about relationships and things like that. And some of it is funny, and some of it is, just kind of witty, and some of it is like what I want to say, but I can't, or whatever. So I thought we would bring him on here and discuss that. All right, you guys. So I love the shirt, Ty, and I'm going to bring you in now for everybody to kind of tune in with us. Welcome to the A-List.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. So, hey, you guys, I basically just met Ty on social media. We've been following each other for a little bit. And I wanted to go down your Facebook timeline. You have some really, really interesting posts that you post there. And I want to talk to you about them. Where are they coming from? What you mean by it, And it's just not, sometimes you don't get a chance to do that. And you said, hey, that's fine with me. I'll let you know. And so we brought you on here to talk about some of these relationship posts that you've posted. And so thank you. So we're going to go to the very first one that caught my eye, that made me say, I want to talk to this guy. He's got his head on straight. So this is what you said.
that.
You're welcome. So you said, sometimes you said, as a man, my household is going to come before everybody, friends, family, and etc. So all women want to hear that. Raise your hand, right? We want our men to say that the family is going to come before other family and before the kids.
Yeah.
What made you post that? What made you post that? Where'd that come from?
That's just my experience as a man. If I could be honest, a lot of times we do tend to put friends, jobs, workplace before a family. I'm big on the Black household, and I'm very familiar with how it's not on the same level as other ethnicities. Not to say that with the juncture that we're not on that same level, but it's more from what I've experienced. You know, these barbershop conversations, everything.
Yeah. Have you
So
always
many
had that
people
frame of mind though? Or did that?
No, it was grown.
Yeah, you had
It
to
was
grow into
definitely
that.
grown and whatnot. Yeah, I've definitely been in situations that I put friends, jobs,
For sure.
everything before my personal household, and I also seen how that played out.
And I love the
You know
fact
what I
that
mean?
you have realized that and able to share that publicly
No
on
doubt.
social media. So, so if you get with Ty, are you single?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay,
not.
so happy woman, whoever that is.
Appreciate you right here looking at me right now.
Happy woman right there. I love it. I love it. Now, and then this one
Right.
that you posted today says, sometimes you got to ask, am I safe loving you? And laugh out loud, but for real.
Yeah,
And this is
definitely.
a true statement. Now, where did that come from? What made you post that?
It's just like when you're sitting back and putting myself back in when I was in the being single and out here dating. And I think a lot of people feel this way. When you out here dating, things start building, things start growing, but yet just because your intentions are right doesn't necessarily mean the person who you're dating intentions are right. We can only hope that they're aligned, and we all be lying if we wouldn't say that we never had that thought. Like, yeah, I'm moving toward the right direction, but that attitude or that comment you made or you kind of playful about something that's serious to me. I hope me opening up my heart to you is worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
And that's all
sometimes
that's saying or whatnot.
Yeah. So I do have, I'm going to bring in my other two guests since they're right here. You guys can just speak on it. But Faith,
Okay.
you can just give us a quick answer. Have you ever, I know you're married, but people like he is in a relationship, but still have thoughts or still have opinions on being single. You wouldn't, born into the world with a person, and you've been through it.
Right.
So let's think about that. So Faith, have you ever loved somebody and felt like it was unsafe? Like, you felt like maybe your heart was going to be broken or this person was
Oh my
a
God.
risky person to love?
Yes, and I married him anyway.
She married him
Be
anyway.
like that
it ain't
sometimes.
safe.
It
It
didn't
ain't
last
safe. It ain't
long.
safe.
Yeah, it didn't last long, but yeah, heck yeah. I mean, you have that feeling. It's sort of like
Yeah.
a knowing in your gut.
Right.
You know that, and you take that chance anyway.
Yeah.
You think, oh, it's going to work out. They're going to be different, but no, they're not. So yeah, it's a horrible feeling, and even though it was only very very short marriage,
Right.
it felt like a death when it ended. So you have to really guard your heart, but you can't be too scared to love.
Yeah. I definitely had to learn, like, I'm going to fix him. I'm going to change him. I stopped that. I used to really be like, that's okay. I'm going to fix him. I'm going to change him. That's what's going to happen. Ain't changed the man
Well,
yet.
Well, she said
changed
something
me a
that
bit,
really
babe.
stuck out to me, that marriage when you're going through a divorce, it do feel like a death. I don't know if anybody go to church, but when
Yeah,
I was going through church, when I was going to church, and I've been through divorce too, I learned that it is a separation from what you love. So in a sense, it is a form of death or whatnot. Not that you don't love that person, but you are forced to not be with that person anymore.
Yeah.
Which is the tough thing behind that. So I just want to
I love that.
tell her I agree with what she's saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Definitely.
this you posted this on July the 23rd. I went all down up in your
Ooh, you making me go
timeline.
back.
I
You know I
did.
be talking crazy.
And this one makes sense when people say to me that I've been single for 10 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. I think you don't know what you're doing no more, because the dating
Exactly.
game changes rapidly,
It
and
does.
especially if you on Instagram, the dating game changes with every swipe. So this one says, I don't care what they say. say, being single too long will make you out of touch with the opposite sex. And so, speak on that one.
It really just comes from a mindset of adapting. The seasons change, fashion change, vehicles change. But when it comes to the dating life, we don't ever feel like that we need to change, or probably a better term is adapt. You know what I mean? I meet a lot of people. Like I said, I used to cut hair before I started, doing my businesses. And, just the barbershop conversations, everybody been single for a long time. I mean, and yet you've been single 5, 6, 7 years, some people 2 or 3 years, but you think like, oh, well, this person needs to be like that. This person needs to act like that in order for me to date them. Those same people never had that mindset with me. In the past, in order to adapt to the new way of dating. I feel like this newer generation, even though, everybody is really thoughtful and, we're trying to change the world, which I'm all for. Some of the core values that, our elders had when it came to dating, they decided to rid themselves of, which is not helping us at all. The millennium generation is like, it sucks dating out here. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
It sucks. You know what I mean? But because of them not willing to adapt or change their way of thinking, it causes a struggle.
It does. What I took from that, and Jamil, I don't know, do you want to talk about some dating? I know you got a creative mind. You guys take some creativity to date. And so when you hear this, do you agree with this, that you get out of touch if you're not dating and you stay single too long?
Oh, yeah, because, I've been single for a good little second.
Uh-huh.
So, I try to take something from every experience. So to, like you said, adapt.
Yeah.
So, you got to learn from everything. It's not just it's not their mistakes, it's your mistakes too. You gotta adjust.
Absolutely. And this is what I'm going to say before we close out, is that when I read this, I actually thought to myself, I have met men that have been single when I was single, and you date them and they lose the softness and the compassion that it takes to be with a woman, because they haven't been with one. They might be a little rough around the edges. They might be a little bit more all into their self. They haven't had to consider me and my feelings. And then on the other side, for women, they get, I feel like a lot of women gain a lot of masculine energy when they're by themselves for too long. And then when they're in the presence of a man, we've spoke about this before, they don't know that I need to turn it down a little bit. He can do it. And so you need to take some time out for yourself for sure, in between relationships and marriages and divorces and things like that. But when it's time to get back in there, be considerate and know, like, okay, I'm back in and I need to do some adapting and some adjusting. So I don't want to hold you too long. I want people to know that if you want to go and follow Ty, you can. He's at T.Y. Rashad Jeffries on Facebook. And then are you on Instagram too?
I'm on Instagram at I am Ty Rashad. That's IAMTYRASHAD.
Okay. So if you need, I feel like when I'm going down your timeline, there's things for you that make you think, and go, huh. And so sometimes you need a
Appreciate
moment.
that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I recognize your shirt because I know the person. He lives here in Indianapolis, Maxie. So I want to know.
That's where I'm from. That's my hometown.
Okay, yeah. I just had to just say, yeah, Indianapolis
The
representing.
Maxie, that's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my
Shout
guy.
out to Maxie,
Sorry,
guys.
y'all
Support.
trapping. Nap or nothing.
Big on
Nap or
supporting.
nothing.
Shout out to
Yes,
Maxie.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so darling, I appreciate your time. Of course, I'm following and supporting you online. And if you guys again want a moment or something like that, go and follow Ty. He's got some really good posts on there to
Anytime.
kind of get you thinking about things. All right, so we'll see you next time, and we appreciate you.
Hey, anytime. Thank you.
You're
Have a good
welcome.
one.
Hey, you guys, just really fast, I want to let you know that as far as the A-list goes, I want to give a shout out to the Farmers Coliseum. They did a really good job with the concert. It was a makeup concert that we've all been waiting for her to come, and she finally came. I thought security was good. The seating was good. They had all the, not vendors, but they did have all the stations open for you to be able to get food and things like that. So we're going to put them on the list for that concert, because I have been to the concerts before where it's just not a good turnout. It's hard to get in, hard to get out. Parking was easy, and I wasn't expecting them to have so much support there because of everything going on with COVID, but they had it together. So we had a good time. It wasn't a hassle, and we enjoyed ourselves. So again, so you'll see that on the A-list, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. All right. I almost forgot
Okay.
to say I was on the A-list. All right. We
So I
appreciate
gotta
you.
tell you, this is like the eighth podcast I've been asked to be on. This is the first one I actually did. Or what you see, I was a little nervous at the beginning.
Oh, you accepted me
Right.
and not other people. That makes me, y'all got me feeling like I might be end up doing something now. Me and Jamichael about
to be here.
Me and Jamichael, we it's our time. You know what I'm saying? You see this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's my
And when
time
she
too.
started talking about divorce, we almost was gonna be another hour or whatnot.
yeah.
I
was gonna wait
know.
for this date
And then
night.
I beat and broke down and started crying and everything. Honey, we'll have to bring you in on another one with just you. Because we are going to be talking about that and the transition and what that feels like. So
That's-
I haven't been
that's tough. And-
yeah. So we'll be back in touch with you.
Okay, just let me know.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye. Okay, you guys, so it's been a great show here. And again, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of what we're doing here on the A-List. And if you, again, would like to be a guest on the show, you can email me allaroundindy78@gmail.com. We're going to be here the same time, same place. Don't forget tonight to go to my YouTube channel at 7:30 to see last week's show. We have Keith. He is the owner of Fly Heavy Media. And we were talking about addiction to drugs, addiction to people, addiction to the vision and your intention for people, and they don't have the same intention. It's a very, very good show, and we hope that you would join us. So we'll see you here next time. Again, thank you, Faith, and thank you, Jamichael,
Yeah.
and thank you, Jamichael, and we'll see you guys soon. Yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye.